All right, class, let's go to attention. How do you guys feel today? Awesome, sir. Let's back. Hope you guys are all doing well. We've got a brand new module starting today. We get to work on a lot of traditional opinions, and it's just going to be a blast. We got some Cinco Tiros to continue working on as our secondary curriculum, but let's get started with our warm-ups here. First, student creed. Set position. Student creed. Student creed, sir. Line 1. I pledge to develop myself in a positive manner. Line 2. I pledge to use what I learn in class constructively and defensively. Line 3. I pledge to foster friendships and contribute to my community. And back to start off, we're going to have 30 seconds of jumping jacks. I'll let you guys know what the second warm-up is halfway through, and hopefully we're going to have a quick transition from one to the other. So, ready? 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Nice way to get this heart rate up. Mostly warm-ups here that we can do up on our feet, actually. We're approaching that halfway point. So like I mentioned, this next warm-up is going to be 30 seconds of high knees. Again, our goal with these first couple warm-ups is just to have as little downtime as possible. Make sure that our heart rate has time to start building up, as opposed to having any kind of, breaks in between, I guess is the best way to say it. High knees in 3, 2, 1, and now. Try and keep those hands up. High knees again. We're going about 30 seconds here. When we hit that halfway point, which is actually coming up in 5 seconds, I'll let you know that since we're at the midpoint, the next one is going to be butt kickers. Again, 30 seconds, and our goal is to have 0 downtime. As soon as we're done with this, we're going right into those butt kickers. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and butt kickers. Again, keep those hands up. Excellent practice, right? Trying to build this habit, and then as we practice any kind of kicks, we've got that habit of keeping our hands in that position. Good, we're halfway through. We got under 15 seconds left. We're actually down to 10 seconds now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, next warm-up, we're gonna get a nice burn in our legs here. We're gonna have a static horse's stance. We're starting for 30 seconds. We're just gonna be alternating palm strikes. As you do this, make sure that your chambers pull back. So instead of just kind of doing this where my hands are out, and it kind of looks like I'm just kind of, patty caking, right? And I'm telling you to do it. There we go, right? Make sure that we bring this hand back to the chamber, bring it back into a chamber. Every single time, trying to still keep that technique sharp, even as we work the legs in our horse stances here. So, I got 30 seconds for it. Ready, set, and go. Nice little horse stance. Again, alternating palm strikes. Now your goal, sorry, there's the punch there, is to keep this stance nice and low. I can see myself on a screen here. I can see where I'm at in terms of height. If you have any way of kind of viewing where you're at, sorry about that punch again, try to do that. Try to keep this low stance. 4 seconds, 2, 1, break. All right, next one again is going to be 30 seconds, but this time, cross blocks, upward cross block and downward cross block. Going to be alternating between the two. Ready? And go. Upward cross block, pull those chambers back. Downward cross block. Upward, downward. Again, 30 seconds. Keep this stance nice and low. We're halfway there. Happy halfway, sir. 10 seconds left. Oh yeah. 5, 4, 3, 2, and break. Nice work, everyone. So, team, our message of the week this week is gratitude. There's 2 things that I'd like to talk about. First is just having the attitude of gratitude. 1, it's really fun to say. And 2, it's practicing being grateful for everything you have. The more, no matter how small it is, right? The more you appreciate that and the more that you actively think about what you have, you'll always have more. But if you focus on what you don't have, you'll always feel like you have less. So, attitude of gratitude. And there's one more quote that I want to have go with this. It's to always give without remembering and receive without forgetting. Meaning basically, when you give something to someone, the goal is not to remember that forever and hold it over them. I want to give something to someone out of the kindness of my heart, just to make them feel a little bit better, right? But when I actually get something, when someone goes out of the way to give me something, I want to remember that for the rest of my life. So again, gratitude is our message of the week. We've got some pinions coming up next. All right, everybody, return to one of my favorite things to do in the martial arts, traditional forms. I am really excited about it. I hope you guys are too. And without further ado, let's get started. All right, black belts, we get to work on an awesome pinion this module. It's got an incredible blend of hard style and soft style. And it's one of the pinions where you do it regular, and then the second half you're going to mirror it, so much like pinion number 4 if you've ever done that before. I'm excited about it. It's pinion number 11. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. So as I teach you these first couple moves, I'm going to be mirroring you. That way you can actually see what I'm doing. Otherwise, I'm just going to have my back to you for like 5 straight moves. So I'm going to face towards you, going to mirror it. And then I'll let you know when I turn around and we can do it on the same side. That way you can follow me as I go through the moves, okay? But it's going to start just like the first 10 pinions. We start with a squatting position into a horse stance. I'm going to assume that you guys know that, and then let's start from that point, okay? So we got into this horse stance here. And again, mirroring you, so everything on the right side of your screen, just use your right. So if I move this foot here, then use your right foot, okay? So move number 1, right foot's going to come up, and we're actually going to go to our set position there. You might have seen me there kind of switch back and forth with the hands, but trying to mirror you perfectly here. So we come back to set position. That's move number 1. Move number 2, we're going to look to the right corner. We're going to look to the left corner. And then as soon as we come back to the center here, we're going to sink our stance just a little bit more. So right, left, center, sink. Right hand is going to do an upward block, open hand, where I'm trying to get my fingers to point straight down. Left hand is going to be underneath here, with the palm or the fingers pointing up. So you can see I'm trying to make a square. But again, I came back set position, looking to the right, to the left, to the center, and right when we come back to that center point, we sink into that move. Awesome. Next one. We're going to take our left leg, it's going to step and cross over the right leg, and these hands are essentially going to switch position. So as I move my foot, my hands come all the way around, and they swap. Now notice the change in direction. I'm no longer looking forward, I'm now looking to the right side. Again, we had our squatting position or horse stance, set position 1. We have 2 next, it's gonna be right, left, center, and we set here. 3, step over, switch the hands, and for 4, I'm gonna have my right foot continue stepping off to the right side into a horse stance. My right hand is going to do a backhand strike off to the side. Awesome. Let's run through that again. So again, we started with our squatting position or horse stance. We'll fast forward past that. Move number 1, set position. Move number 2, look right, left. When you come back to the center, you get into that box with the hands with the 2 blocks here. Palm block, upward block. Switch the hands as we step over for 3. And then for 4 is that back of the hand block as we sink into our horse stance. Awesome. Let's keep going here. So move number 5 is going to be a elbow smash from a forward stance. It's going to be going off to the side here. I'm going to take my right foot and step back. I'm just stepping into a regular forward stance here because then I'm going to switch, or not switch, but I'm going to rotate my hips over and hit an elbow smash right there. Awesome. So again, from 4, 5, we step back with that right foot. That'll allow that left elbow to come across and boom, elbow smash for move number 5. 6 coming up next. We got our peacock block, but we got to add a little bit of flair to this. We can't just go right into it. So I'm going to check with my left hand out. I'm going to check with my right hand, and then I'm going to come right into that peacock block with the left hand up. So it's got a nice like 1, 2, 3 to it, all right? So again, with an elbow smash, got nice intricate details in this pinion. I love it. So where were we at here? Elbow smash, right? We're going to step back, check, check, upward block with that, or peacock block, sorry, with that right hand. Next, we got a front kick and a spear. So resuming from that peacock block, all my weight is currently on my left foot here, so I'm going to throw a kick with my right foot. Front kick out in front. As I set it down, it's going to be right where my left foot is. I'm going to check with my right hand out in front. Stepping back with my left foot, I'm going to check right with my left hand. And then I'm going to throw a spear with that right hand. So if I was going a little bit quicker here, it should be front kick, check, check, spear. That spear is going to be supported, just like in pinion 7. You might remember we had a supported shudo chop. That spear's got that hand right underneath it. So all the way back from the beginning, we had our horse stance, right? We had 1, Look right, left, centers 2. 3, we step over. 4, back of the hand. 5, elbow smash. 6, check, check, peacock block. And 7, front kick, check, check, spear. Awesome, we are almost there for our first section. We've got one final move. For lack of a better phrase, it's going to be called the pizza holder position. You'll see why in a second. Once I did this spear, I'm going to drag my body weight over to the side and drag my hands all the way to the opposite side here. Into a horse stance with my left-handed is here pointing straight to the left side. Right hand right underneath the elbow there. Stance, nice regular horse stance. So that is section A, I guess is what we'll call it, part A of pinion number 11. I'm going to do it now facing towards the orange wall here, so that way it should be just a tiny bit easier to follow along now that we've had a chance to see all those moves, okay? So remember, we got 1, set position. 2, look, and into our blocks. 3, step over. 4, back of the hand strike. For 5, right foot steps back into our elbow smash. For 6, you guys might be able to hear that over there. 6, we got check, check, peacock block. 7 is the front kick. Kick, check, check, spear. And then our last one, we drag everything over to the left side there into that pizza holder position. So that is pinion 11, part A. Especially once we get used to it, it's got, so far, some nice flowing techniques. And in a second, we're going to have some nice hard style techniques, some kempo kicks, and even some tiger claws in this pinion. So it'll be a blast. Again, that's pinion 11A. Nice work, guys. All right, everybody. For our second curriculum today, we're going to be working on some cinco tiros. It's been a real blast to be able to spend an extended period of time on this. Normally it kind of comes and goes quickly, but I've been really enjoying it. In the last couple weeks, it was our primary curriculum, what we tip tested on. This module, however, that primary tip testing curriculum, will be on the pinions that you just worked on, okay? The secondary curriculum, just something to supplement it, is going to be the stick work, our cinco tiro. So let's jump right into this. So I know you guys have had a chance to work on different strikes, different angles. Some have worked all the way through angle 5. Some have seen multiple versions of angle 5. And some of us have only seen up to angles 1, 2, and 3. And so I want you to start with what you know. And we're just working on different types of those 5 angle strikes. Let me tell you what I mean. When we strike, there's a couple different things that we can do. A more powerful strike, say that I really wanted to deal some damage, we're going to be using a follow-through strike. So assume my target was you, and let's start with just angle 1s here. I've got my stick up. Remember, I want to have the leg forward that is on the same side as my stick hand. So if my right hand has the stick, my right foot is forward. Left hand stick means left foot forward. Live hand is up. Now for a follow-through, you do exactly what it sounds like. Once I hit my target, I'm going to follow through. So if I'm dropping my stick here, I'm not going to stop it at you, but I will follow all the way through the opposite side. These ones are often practiced with the strikes going on the opposite side there too. So I go forehand, backhand. Forehand, follow through, backhand. Now remember, the goal is to keep that 90-degree angle between our stick and our arm as we strike. So I'm going to start here. As I rotate, I hit my target. Boom, I still got that 90. I can break my 90 as I finish it, and I bring it across. Then I'm going to go the opposite direction. Boom, hit the target, which would be you right now. I'm trying to keep that 90, and then I can bring it through. All right, so that's our follow through. 1 and 1. Now we're also going to be practicing our retracting strike. This is really great if you needed to get a quick strike to a target, but you want to ensure that you've got your stick back quickly to block. So let's say again, we're using that idea of that angle 1 strike. I start my stick fighting stance here. I'm rotating the hips. I strike, but as soon as it hits the target, it's pulling back. So you're going to see a lot of hit and back. Backhand here. Not as much hip rotation as a follow through would have, right? But it's still got a decent amount. Boom. Retracting. Those are our retracting strikes. So we've got follow through and retracting. So for the next 45 seconds here, again, whatever strikes you know, I'm going to stick to just angle 1 and 2. I know 3, 4, and 5, but I think the simpler I keep it, the better, right? So I actually encourage you to do the same thing. Angles 1 and 2, I'm just going to be working on follow-through strikes. And then after a little bit, I'll start working on those retracting strikes. I'll let you guys know when we're halfway through, so if you'd like to make that swap, you can with me, okay? So I'm gonna start with those follow-through strikes. Ready? 45 total seconds to practice. Let's begin. All right, follow through, rotate the hips. Big thing that you wanna make sure you do here is not over-rotate the stick, or not over-commit to the strike. What I mean by that is, my stick came all the way behind me. I never want that to happen. Remember, I always want my stick hand to be in front of my chest. So right now I've rotated, but that hand is still in front. Good, let's see an angle 2. There we go. This is where some twirls come in handy too. I'm sure you've noticed, especially with those angle 2s, that I would strike down and bring it back up around. I'd strike down, quick forward twirl, and look where I'm at. Right? Boom, angle 1, angle 1. Now retracting strikes. Hits the target and it pulls back. While that may not do the same level of damage, let's say that I'm in a stick fight. Let's say I'm patent stick fighting. These are your go-tos. Or if I wanted to, right, still, even if you hit someone with a hand with that, right, that's gonna do some damage and I'm back to a position where I could block a counter strike. Again, retracting strikes. And break. I believe that was our total 45 seconds. I think I actually went over a little bit. Having too much fun. But again, that's what we're practicing this module right now, is we're working on those follow-through strikes and the retracting strikes. I'm just focusing on angles 1 and 2. So nice work with the Cinco Terros, guys. We got some announcements coming up. You guys are gonna be nice and simple today, right? We had tip testing last week. If you did not get a chance to submit your video, make sure that you do that as soon as possible. You've got through the end of this week technically, but of course, the earlier you get it in, the better, right? We worked on different twirls. And now this week we're starting up our pinions. Again, that's what our primary tip is going to be on. Or that's what the primary curriculum is, and that's what our tip is going to be on. So tip testing for those pinions will be next week, just on part A, what we worked on today. We'll continue to build off that in the following module. So excellent work today, everybody. Let's come to attention. And let's bow out. Class dismissed.